Well, the bad music started. Hello. Welcome to Simon. I'm all pink again. Hang on. Technical difficulties here. There you are. Look at that camera. It's white. And I've got a white shirt. I should be sort of flesh coloured. Oh, okay, never mind. And welcome to Simon NoChaNoMa, Simon's living room. Bad music for Dibble there. Bad music for bad people by the Cramps. Yeah. Hello, Jan. Jan. Des. Yes. Simon's living room. Me and you. Due to the unfortunate circumstances with Tabi Eats. So let's spare a moment to think of them and their situation with their dog. I did read a post from Shinichi that they'd managed to actually feed their dog Justin, who was on his last legs really, and he appeared to pick up a little bit. So, but it's that situation that has caused, quite understandably, a lot of worry for the mods of Tabi Eats, and that would be the mod squad, our friends Night Riders Gal, Mindy's mom, and Cobrat, and another one that was going to join us too, Nancy. But they all decided that, and I agreed with them that it was best to for them to postpone for the moment. Hello, Tom. My mic is weird. Why is my mic weird? My mic is weird. Why is my mic weird? Somewhat distorted. Hang on. I'm going to do the old plug it out and plug it in again. Bear with me. Okay, now is that better? I can't hear myself now. Wait a minute. Turn up. Yeah. Is that better? Right. Is that any better? I plugged it out and plugged it in again. It's either my mic or my voice. What can you hear now? Tell me now, because I plugged it out and plugged it back in again. Better, yes. It's a thing with this digital audio work thing, interface jobby. If I've been using lots of little apps on the computer, and whatnot, it doesn't like it, and I turn into a Dalek. Good. There we are. I've been told that this happens with this sort of like USB interface thing. Yes, it's it's because of it's for us common folk who have to rely on commercially available equipment and not professional stuff. This is what you get. So it's just you and me today, and I have no wine. I did debate whether to get wine. I have my cake in a mug with coffee in it, which is my third coffee this morning. I lost 2 people. Sorry, I chased 2 people away. Radri's here. Hello, Radri. And Kiki in the background somewhere, presumably. Yes, 3 coffees, so I could be a bit hyper as opposed to mellow. I had a coffee first thing in the morning, and then I went and had coffee and chocolates at the usual shop I go to in town. And now, because I have not got any wine, I decided to heat up some coffee from this morning. So apologies if I go bananas. Hey, Sam, that's a long time ago. Sam van Roelen. Kiki is on her iPad. Yes. Well, she looks up from iPad, waves, looks back down to iPad. No wine. Well, I polished it off middle of the week, and I was going to get some, but my best friend in Nihonbashi is deciding to sort of have a bit of a detox, and I thought it would be more sympathetic to go along with that. So I have 2. It'll all be back to normal next week. One presumes. Oh dear. Yes, so it was supposed to be thunderstorms today. It's kind of like humid and grey, and with the sun occasionally poking through. So I got my old phone and my gimbal, and at a certain point, I may sort of assemble that and leave this running, and we'll go into town. It will involve a bike ride and lots of wobbling about, I'm afraid. So coffee, then coffee, and a ton of sugar, then more coffee. Basically, yes, I'm going to crash in a couple of hours. It's sunny. Well, it's here in this part of East Flanders. It's kind of like grey with the sun breaking through a little bit, but it's quite warm. So, and if I move, this camera doesn't like it if I move. See there, I've gone back to sort of flesh color. I was reading, how do you make your stupid webcam stay flesh colored, making you flesh colored? And I've been doing it all wrong. Apparently, I've just got to wear a white shirt all the time so that it can focus on it and believe that that's the white balance that it's got to seek. Eggy bread, blimey! I just wolfed down 3 sandwiches because I haven't had anything since the chocolates. It's just to sort of sustain me while I do this. Coffee during the summer. Well, I mean, coffee anytime. I mean, it's not quite Tokyo temperatures here. I read that it was about 28 degrees there. I'm not quite sure whether they would like hot coffee in 28 degrees, but I did hear that drinking hot drinks actually in summer makes you sweat as if you weren't already, and gives you a cooler feeling. I'm not quite sure how that works. Reverse psychology. Hello. What have we got here? We've got a drop bear has entered the chat. Say hello to Dean, former guest, and long-suffering YouTuber, and long-suffering grandfather, although he does enjoy it. Teenan, all right. Don't think I've ever been there. I'm trying to think, desperately trying to think now. Is it sort of? I'm probably get this completely wrong. Antwerp direction. I'm not quite sure. I've been to Leer. I got a parking ticket in Leer once, or a verkeersboete for driving into an area of Leer that you're not supposed to drive into, but the signs were sort of not obvious. You can't drink hot coffee during the summer, so it's all iced coffee for you. Are you drinking hot coffee in the fall? What do I drink in the fall? I drink coffee and tea and wine and beer. Not Leuven. All right, okay. Louvain, for those of you who think that everybody in Belgium speaks France, Louvain, and Leuven, because we also speak Dutch here. So that's a popular. I think I did a live stream from there once. Very sort of pixelated live stream. It's a nice city, very sort of historic and full of students and stuff. Because of the ticket, I still remember. Well, I was taking my son for driving lessons, my oldest son, and we used to sort of go out, sort of just trundling around the local streets. We would make a day of it and go driving somewhere once it sort of got more confident. And we went to all sorts of places, doing parallel parking in the middle of busy cities and that sort of thing, just to sort of put him into the deep end. And we drove to Leer one day. You can't stay awake without coffee. Well, the trouble is, I might have to stop drinking this. I end up staying awake when I shouldn't. At 4 o'clock in the morning, it's middle-aged bladder and coffee. So how is everybody? I'm genki, as they say. But I lost my train of thought there. It's this coffee. Cool. Cool. Luckily, it's not the Koninklijke Universiteit van Tienen. That would be even worse. Only Peppo and Sam will get that. Oh. Oh dear. Flemish jokes at in the afternoon. Editing. Yes. I saw. I started watching that Why Come Japan with the Scottish chappie. But he sort of, the fact that he looked like he was in a bedroom with an old headset on, and it was very sort of old school, live streamy, and his accent was brilliant. But I kind of like, I dropped off after a while. You had a yearly check. I've never had a checkup. So I thought once the nearest I got to a checkup was they tested me for my doctor tested me for allergic reactions, and I got little sort of stabs on my hand from various substances, dust and various chemicals or whatever, and I reacted allergically to each one, including water. So, I'm a bit worn out. You're diabetic. All right. That will explain. Yes, that's understandable. I mean, I've never had I should probably go for one of those. Now that I'm it's mid-50s, just to see whether there's anything wrong. I mean, Dean's gone very quiet. Dean would sympathise. Dean would know what you're talking about, Peppo, because I think Dean is in the same boat. The best accent of Why Come Japan? Why come Japan? All right, I come to Japan to confuse the children. I like the way he had to talk. Had to put on an American accent to teach. You never go for a checkup. You don't want to hear what they might say. No. Ignorance is bliss. There you are, Dean and Peppo. You can compare you can compare needles. Sorry. This coffee's going fast. I'm nearly down to the dregs, which you're not supposed to drink. So this is going to be one of those shows where I just ramble on and I look hopefully towards the audience for interaction and topics, of which I don't have many at the moment. That it sounded very wrong. Yes, comparing needles. Yes, for diabetics, it's perfectly innocent and all right. No needles yet. Okay. So how does that work with cakes? I had a lovely cake. I went. You remember that live stream I did the other week from my hometown, and I started out at the Skippy's wine and coffee bar. So I've started to go there now, and for my Friday evening meal, and I had a rather nice Greek salad last night, and an orange wine, which is interesting. Wasn't what I expected. And I'd seen it advertised on their sort of Instagram. Orange wine, come and try. I thought, oh, it's a bit weird, I heard of elderberry wine and all that kind of stuff, but orange wine. It's normal wine, actually. It's a Pinot Grigio. Pinot Grigio, yes. Pinot Grigio grapes, and it's made in Belgium, and it's orange because it looks orange. They keep the grape skins in, which when they're fermenting, and gives it a slight orange color. So it tasted not of orange at all, but of wine. So I had one of those and the Greek salad. Before that, I had a sausage roll, which is rather good. I could highly recommend the sausage rolls from Skippy's in St. Nicholas. There you are. If you're watching anybody from Skippy's, I promoted you. And I had a nice piece of caramel and chocolate cake as dessert. That was good. The orange wine was good. It was very yes. I did compensate for it with water. My friend in Nihonbashi recommended that I do that, and it did work. Otherwise, I'd have stumbled out of Skippy's and fallen off my bike because one of my brake calipers was not working properly. But yes, so where was I? Yes, I was. Yes, I went out. I went out for a meal. This is the third occasion I've now been out for a meal. It's all because it's all started back up again. You can go into restaurants now and cafes, and you can go in the door with your mask on, and you can go to the counter with your mask on. And then you can go and sit down and take your mask off, which is rather good. But I always go at quiet moments, so it wasn't too busy. But it's quite unusual for me to go out. Orange wine made with oranges is great. Not sure. I'm imagining Dibble's room with like bottles of homebrewed orange wine for some reason. Oh yeah, in Maastricht, I imagine. Oh no, hang on. We just met up in Maastricht. You don't live there, actually. Yes, it's opening up. So yeah, hopefully, once I've had my second jab, and we've got that sort of, I don't know whether you get a sticker or what something like a badge or to say I am safe or something, and you can go across the border. So yeah, that could be happening at some point. No masks in. Oh, there. Oh, right. Oh, right. No, we've still got masks. You still have to wander about with a mask here. No regular cakes for diabetics. Ah, yes. All made with stevia or something. Yeah. And gluten-free. Jab. There's that word again. Yes. This is the English show. I don't know. What's the American word for it? Shot. That's right. You don't quite say that in British English. I just got shot, just got my shot. Pull! Shot. Ah! Any wine made with grape is great. that would generally be good, yes. I get my second jab in 2 weeks on the 11th of July. Just to let people know that I am then perfectly safe to approach. Oh, I've gone pink again. Quick, sit up. Camera, look at me. Shirt. There we are. Oh, yes. Audience, just in case, everybody say hello and wave to Chuck the Magpie and her mum. I'm doing this now in case you're watching live, Chuck and Chuck's mum, and hopefully you'll test the old earphones and let me know. But you may be watching the replay, in which case this is academic, but there we go. Hello. All right, you had the worst flu because of the second jab. Which one did you have? Did you have the AstraZeneca, the Moderna, or did you have the Pfizer? Just so I know, I'm having the Pfizer, the second one. I did hear that if you do get effects from the second jab, then it means it's working. Yep, that means the Pfizer. Or yep, yes, it's from the reactions from the jab. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, it'll come just in time for my work holiday. I shall be sick. Feel sick, horribly sick for my hot brilliant. Oh, great. Yes, and I've got to book that. I've got to find somewhere to go, actually. Last year I went to the Ardennes with my sons for just a long weekend. Because my youngest son, he's working now, so he can't really get much time off. And we had a good time. I think I did a live stream from there, if anybody remembers, going up some tall hill in the Ardennes. But not quite sure where to go this time. Also possibly the Ardennes. Oh, well, Pfizer is easier than BioNTech. BioNTech sounds like something out of Terminator. All right, Dibble had it the other way around. I mean, the reaction. Okay. Did I just say Moderna in it? I don't know. Did I just say Moderna? Moderna. C'est vrai. Je m'appelle Simon. That was the end of my French. French people are now expressing relief. So almost halfway through, what I'm going to try and do, because it could take a while to get into town safely. While we're waiting for me to get into town safely, let's go to the magic of the internet, and we'll go here, and I'll do. Oh God, how do I do it? Play. There we are. There we are. We're wandering down. I think it's somewhere in central Tokyo again, as is my wont. So I put this phone in here and create enormous feedback. Hang on. Woo! Okay. Right. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's me. I'm live now. Oh, apparently. Okay. No recently used apps. No, I don't want that. Excuse me. Just talk amongst yourselves. Watch people going past in the background. StreamYard. Enter studio. Right. Could be a lot of feedback. Mute. Okay. All right. Mic is working. Oh, so we're all set up to go. If we do go. Well, perhaps I have to add my. Do I add myself to the stream? Let's see if I can add myself to the stream. Enter the studio. Okay. Yes, I am there. That didn't work, did it? Sorry about that. Oh, look. Oh, that's a big ego trip here. No, I don't want that in just yet. Just go back to me. Hey, Night Riders, go! Sorry, I was like preoccupied. Nice to see you. Have you? Yes. Can you? I mean, I haven't seen anything, but have you? Do you have any more info on Justin? Because I was telling the audience earlier on that I did read that Shinichi had managed to feed him something, and he perked up, which was good news. I think it was on Instagram. The howling, yes. I think it's Nihonbashi again. I'm not sure. No, it's not the microphone. It's if I use the call volume on here on the phone, it picks it up, and yeah. So in shortly, you shall see me go downstairs and get my coat and shoes on, and you can come outside with me, and we can try and enjoy the town, as it were, just to sort of liven this up a little bit. Justin was a bit better, wagging his tail again. Yes, that's good. Good news. Right, so I'll do that now, actually, because it could take me a while to get set up. So what do I do? I leave this. Do I leave this running? No, hang on. I'll just go here. Right. That's slightly more. Oh. I'm going to remove my headphones. I can see what you're saying here on this one. So Perhaps not. Yes, I have to now, just in case. Ooh. Fourth wall has just been destroyed. Join me now. Sorry, sorry, you couldn't hear me. That's weird. They found cancer in him, but the first time and not anymore. Well, I hope he does. I hope he's fine. Let's go. Excuse my dirty washing. Well, no, it's not dirty. It's clean. I just washed this morning. No, you haven't lost sound. I just didn't switch the microphone on, and the sound of call volume has to go up. In call volume. Hang on. Right, that could be better. Just tell me if you can hear me now. Any better now? Can you hear me now? It's very echoey here. Just waiting for you to tell me whether you can hear me. I might have to go into the computer and do something. Quickly, tell me now. I'm stood here like an idiot. Loud and clear. All good. At the moment, we are on. I'm going to change it to 4G. If I don't change it to 4G and I move away from my Wi-Fi, it'll all go pear-shaped. So there we go. They didn't find any suspected cancer. All their tests showed no signs of cancer. That's why Tabi Eats. Indeed, I hope they find that he's clear. Excuse the echo. Continental apartments have big hallways with lots of noise. So here's my trusty steed. Join me as I fall off the bike when we go into town. This is for Shay Roberts. I'm going into town, Shay. I will get looked at. Oddly. Get my keys. What does he do with my keys? Yeah, I don't want to get locked out. Echoey. Yeah, yes, that's my hallway. Right. I'm not going to do the switching the camera around. I'll just turn the gimbal. And now it'll just be traffic noise. Okay. Not the safest. Live and mobile. So, this is my street. It consists mostly of houses from the 1930s to the 1950s and later. Mine's a 1950s place. And this is the railway line. At 3 o'clock in the morning, goods trains go past and shake my building. So it's about 2 or 3 minutes from my place to the centre of town, and apparently they're having a terrace day in town today. Like terraces outside cafes to try and encourage people. Oh bugger! I didn't take my mask. What have I done with it? I think it's in my pocketbook. Getting annoying other cyclists. So any addresses? I'll have to block out everybody's face afterwards. How's the signal? Is it still that sort of that weird sort of audio again, where I just come in and out? So I'm going under the raised railway. Oh, built in the 1970s. Before that, trains used to run along the street. Oh, excuse me. My audio is still a bit weird. Yes, it's due to the date. It's using data, so it's not the strongest mobile app for doing this kind of thing. So apologies if I sound odd. Well, in terms of audio, I'm odd but audible. That's me in a nutshell. Right, this is the street into town. And that building with the scaffolding is the main church of the town, built in eclectic style, apparently. Whoa. I've gone quiet. Sorry, I was focusing on where I'm going. And my arm is aching. This is typical for this town. It's always choked with traffic, especially at the weekend. It's like a one-way system. Not sure how exciting this is, or not. Just thought it might be a bit different for me sitting rabbiting on in my room. I think we went. I did take you to when I was going to the at Skippy's the other week. We went across to the station street. Ooh, more cyclists. You got Pfizer too? Ah, oh, I just got a sore arm after my first jab. But from what not that much says, the second jab is what hits you. Although Dibble says he didn't get anything from it. So I suppose it depends on your constitution. Your predisposition to reacting to viruses. Oh, this arm is killing me. I'll get off the bike soon. Oh, don't you. This car attempting to move out from a parking place. No, don't. Cycling. Right, we're going to have to cross the market. There's some sort of thing going on the market square. I'm not sure what it is. Okay. This way. Oh, it's some kind of like, not quite sure. Coits. Coits. Well, where's my skidlet? I didn't take it. I look silly. I know I would look even sillier with a head split open, but believe me, I don't look cool at all with my skid lid on. So I'll come off my bike now. Safer. God, it's warm. I have this coat on and it's warm. Okay. I might park the bike and walk for the rest of the way. It's trying to hold the bike and the gimbal. Difficult. Let's let night riders go. All right, you're talking to not that much. Otherwise known as Des, otherwise known as Jan. Right, so this is what's happening here. It's a bit more lively than it was last week. As I say, it's this tourist days thing, so all the shops are sort of trying to get stuff, people to come, can have a slushy. Right, certainly, sort of, this is the busiest I've seen this street in at least a year. Whoa. Don't worry about looking good, it's too late. Oh, thanks. Right, tell you what, I'm going to find somewhere to park this bike. Oh, it's actually quite nice when it's like this. Or I'll tell you what we can do. We can go into like a ornamental garden a bit further down. But I used to, when my children were small, which is a long time ago, I used to push them in the pushchair in this garden. So I can go, and they've recently refurbished it, so I can go and have a look at that. What's going on here? Fair enough. Oh, Dean, you've got to go. I'm sorry, I didn't see that, Dean. See you, Dean. Yes, it's quite late there in Australia. It's very, very lively, relatively, to what it has been. Ah, I'm starting to sweat now with this coat on. Some kind of event going on. I don't know if you can hear that. I can hear it clearly, but I'm not sure what the sound's like on here now. I'd say it's not like this every week. Very loud! Weird feedback. Yeah, sorry. This is what I was talking about this morning on Twitch about this app being a bit crap for mobile live streaming. Back in the day, I could stream on YouTube and everything would be perfectly clear and in full 720 with good audio. But what can you do? Maybe you're just having weird feedback. Slightly quieter now. It's like listening to it through a fish tank. Yeah, that's the problem. It's like there's some audio processing going on with StreamYard. Whatever I do, I can't seem to sort of fix it. Sorry about that. So this is the park we're coming up to now, where I used to push the boys in their pushchairs when they were little. I'm going to find a place to pop my bike, and then we can go in the park. All right, it's going to be difficult trying to do this with one hand with my bike lock. Excuse me. Not easy. I may have to put you on the floor. Okay. All right. Let's go in the park. I'm going to take my coat off. That's better. See if I've got my mask. I've got my mask. Hang on, let's put my mask on. Okay. Right. I'm safe now. Slightly more peaceful. That's a magnolia, I think. Not quite sure. No, maybe not. Not sure what that is. It is Night Rider's Skull. They've done it up. I think my youngest son actually sort of helped at a certain point. No, it's my oldest son when he was working temporarily for the Parks and Gardens department, doing some work experience that came in here. But I used to sort of push the push chairs up this little hill here
There's a little pond with some ducks. There is a video of this from very, very long time ago that I did. Does it still sound like a fish tank? You can see the pond there. It's just a shame that the sound isn't so fantastic because there's birds singing and everything. And that's the sort of, it's called the casino. It's like a cafe and performance place inside as well. I've had a few meals sat out there, and then in summer you can see there's like a bandstand. They have like bands playing. Just a bit muffled because of the mask. Yeah. The ducks. What's the picture like? Is it sort of clear? Sometimes it's a bit pixelated. I have to take the coat off, actually. That's better. Sweating. Ah. Nice little bridge here. Actually, what I may do in a couple of weeks, or possibly even next week, it's go to the Japanese garden again. Do a live stream from there. About an hour's drive from here. Anybody be interested in that? That'd be on a Sunday rather than a Saturday. Yeah, but because of the that's the thing, Night Rider Skull. But I'm disappointed with live streaming when I go outside with this app. Never does quite get it sharp enough. Hasselt, the Japanese garden in Hasselt. I've been there like 2 or 3 times now. Done at least 2 live streams from there, or 1 video and 1 live stream. But it's Tanabata Festival. Normally Tanabata is on the 7th of July, but in the garden, the Japanese garden, they're having an event on the 4th of July, which is actually my sister's wedding anniversary. I remembered. So I may go there and do a live stream from there. So you can see the Japanese garden in all its fuzzy, pixelated, fish tank sounding glory. Yes, they do. Obviously, they've only just started back up again, Night Rider Skull, because of the situation. But yes, summer evenings, they have like jazz and also sort of like pop bands and stuff. And also inside, I think there's a concert space as well. It's very pleasant. Live from the fish tank. Yes. Unfortunately, there's no control on this end on my gimbal to sort of take you back to the studio, which is now because all you would see is an empty space. Aachen. Aachen? Is Aachen near Hasselt? I don't know. Find me. A bit of a way to go. Ah, right. Let's get away from here before that crazy drummers come back. It's the closest you get. I don't know how far is it from Aachen to Hasselt. For me, it's about an hour from here to Hasselt, driving. Very straightforward. Unlocking my bike again. Okay. Just too warm. And now I have to wear a mask because I'm walking about. 75 kilometres? Yeah, it's about the same actually from me to Hasselt. My glasses are steaming up. I'm from YouTube, yes.
What are you doing?
I'm live streaming.
Live stream.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Black.
There you are. Public interaction there. First time I've been recognised. No, not even recognised. They're just like, you know, somebody wandering around with a gimbal has to be from YouTube. No, nobody else would do it. Another subscriber, I doubt it. They'd be bored silly watching my live streams. Young people, you know, they like games and exciting things. It's like going to active volcanoes and spending a night in a K-car camper van. I'm looking at you, Tokyo Lens. I'm not prepared to do that sort of stuff. I head towards the station, and then we'll sort of call it quits. So it's getting time near the end of the show. So this used to be just a normal road, and then they did all this to it with the trees and the esplanade. The old streets leading up to what was the station. That street there led straight to the station, which was there, and then they knocked it down in the 1970s and built the station over there. We see with those sort of geometric shaped roof there. Can't see what you're saying. There's the sun shining on the screen. Hang on, coat slipping off. Using my coat. Going to shade somewhere. You know what's going to happen, of course, or maybe it will end. Yeah, perhaps I can end the live stream from here. I was just going to think if I end it from the phone and it's still going on my computer, which it is at the moment, it might not end. So the time it takes me to get home, the live stream will still be going. So you could all still be in chat talking to an empty room. Nobody likes bikes over here in the Low Countries. Massive the damn things. Nothing ever ends. Oh God. Philosophy on a Saturday night in Japan. Yeah. Well, my live streams certainly sort of just keep going on and on, year after year, week after week. Yes. You can set your watch by them. God, it's warm. So this is the station that they built in the 1970s, 72, 73. It's had a bit of a tart up in the sort of the 90s. So what time is it? What are we? Can't see. Can't see for the sunshine. I've got 1 minute left. It doesn't get interesting. So I'll just go in here. I don't know what this is, but it provides me with a certain amount of shade so I can see what you're saying. We'll come to a rather unspectacular end to the live stream. I'll just pull my mask down for a second. Oh. So I hope you enjoyed that. This was partly from Night Rider's Gal and the Lone Star Texan in Tochigi, Shay Roberts, if he ever watches this. I did go into town. Shay, tell him, Bradley, if you see him on Twitch stream, that I did do that, and he should go and watch if he wants to. Next week, as I said, I could be in the Japanese garden in Hasselt, if it's nice weather, and you could be having an exclusive fish tank experience for Tanabata. Yes, thank you everybody for wishing me a nice weekend. I can just see here. I'm now going to go home and, switch off my computer and hope nobody's broken in and stolen all my stuff and thrown it away thinking, God, what's this rubbish? Okay, so thank you again for watching. Chuck, if you're watching this, Chuck's mum, I shall be in touch and hopefully hear about the headphones. See ya. Bye, everybody. Right, I'm going to press the button. And if I don't disappear, if you just see my living room with me not in it, it means this hasn't worked. See you next week, everybody. Bye-bye.